The Chicago Bears. Who would like to go first?
Go ahead, Brew.
This is a tough question.
Oh,
I do think it's a tough question. However, both teams are problematic ownership front office situations. One, though, you can't change the Cowboys situation. A strong personality like McCarthy, who's won a Super Bowl, who can say, I won 12 games, 3 straight years recently, I think he could go into Chicago and create a culture. So I think that's a plus for the Bears. Dallas, I want to say, they got more talent, but then when I really think about it, Caleb should be at least as good as Dak. I think he could be at least 2 years from now.
Yeah,
next year I think he'll get better. Yeah.
During this coach's first contract.
Yeah, he should be at least as good as Dak, if not better. Good chance he's better. Receiving core, I think the Bears got a better one, even though they don't have CeeDee Lamb. But overall, then running back could change, but DeAndre Swift's the best one. And defensively, I think they don't have a Micah Parsons.
Cowboys are better defensively.
But the Bears could be a good defensive team and in the same realm as the Cowboys.
Wow,
so
this team is amazing.
I actually, the one knock against the Bears to me is the division, but the NFC East isn't easy either. I mean, Philadelphia and now Washington come in, so I'm going to go with the Bears.
So I go with the Bears as well. Wild's saying this team's amazing sarcastically because they won 5 games. Cowboys won 7. So like if
Cowboys had everybody hurt.
No, that's the Cowboys quarterback missed half the year.
That's a big one.
I understand.
Player missed games and
Micah missed 4 games, right? Am I wrong?
Was it
I think he was 5th in the league in sacks despite missing 4 games. Maybe
like
it was
5.
4.
I think it was
no, listen. There's agreed on all fronts, but I think that Brew is correctly assigning the exact bump Wilds is going to assign to Drake May, which is star quarterback, highly drafted, will be better in year 2 than in year 1, particularly with better coaching. To me, this is a no-brainer. The Bears' job has, theoretically, one of the highest ceilings of any job in the league because of the quarterback. The same way that if you believe in Drake May, the Patriots' job has a very high ceiling, what the Bears' job has over some of the other jobs where you would have the quarterback in place is theoretically already has some cornerstone talents elsewhere as opposed to a full-on total rebuild. The division point is a good one. The NFC North is harder than the NFC East, but if we are measuring divisions by which division do you have the tougher coaches in, NFC North for sure. Which division do you have the tougher quarterbacks in? It might be the NFC East, depending on what you think of Jaden, depending on what people think of Jalen, who I know some people think of more highly than I do, but he's been to a Super Bowl. I think the Bears, and to me, there is a ceiling in Dallas. And Jerry Brew has talked about it for years. We have seen it demonstrated year over year, and it's not a lot of unmolded clay. It's like we've already spent our money. We've already picked our quarterback. We already have the pieces there. While the Bears, it's more of what you can create. So if, no one's asking me to be a head coach and I'd be a terrible one. But if someone were asking me what job I'd rather have the one where I can build my own thing with potentially a star quarterback that we know his ceiling is higher than Dak's.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with what Nick is saying there. Of course, it's the Bears. I mean, it goes without saying. You get to do something. You know what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones and all of that. You know Dak. You have this aging quarterback who's on the wrong side of 30, multiple injuries, surgeries now. You already know what you're going to get there. You know it. The Chicago Bears are probably technically more of a risk, but what you could achieve there is significantly greater. And not to mention, you right the Chicago Bears ship, and you get Caleb Williams, I almost said Caleb Wilson, Caleb Williams on track and make this team a contender. Mike McCarthy's stock and reputation will go through the roof. I mean, if you think about it, no one's really giving Mike McCarthy that much credit for what he's done with Dallas. even those 12-win seasons and whatnot, because, the lack of playoff success and all of that. But if he just gets the Chicago Bears into the playoffs for a couple years, Mike McCarthy will continue to get other jobs. Even if he eventually gets let go by the Bears, whatever, like, people will say, okay, Mike McCarthy clearly has consistently won. Is he a guaranteed coach to, like, get you into Super Bowl contention? Maybe not. Probably not. But he knows how to run a team. He knows how to make a team, without a shadow of a doubt, good to great. Can he make them elite? Can he make them special? Can he shock the NFL and make people go, whoa, look what Mike McCarthy's doing with that team? No. But can he stabilize a franchise? Can he stabilize a culture? Is he a perfect balance of a coach where you feel like, hey, this guy has my best interest. He's supportive, but he's not a pushover. He's also not a gremlin who makes me feel like, oh my God, if I do anything wrong, I'm done. It's over. Like, I think Mike McCarthy actually brings a really great balance. He's the type of coach that I would personally like to play for a lot. Not all into the theatrics, not overly passive where you're like, all right, man, I need you to kind of like, hold me accountable here, but also not so aggressive that you're like, I feel like if I do make any sort of mistake, like I'm going to collapse here. So I actually like Mike McCarthy's coach. Now, to be fair, if I was running a team, Mike McCarthy's not my first, isn't the first coach that I want either, though. Because I do want a coach that I feel as though can really unlock greatness. It's not clear to me that Mike McCarthy can unlock greatness. But the truth of the matter is that the Chicago Bears are such a mess that you just need to be a good team before you can maybe be an elite team or a special team. Not clear to me that Dan Quinn can unlock greatness, honestly. But when you have a great quarterback like Jaden Daniels and a great offensive coordinator to balance that out, yeah, you could be a really great team and could be a special team. But make no mistake about it, if Dan Quinn didn't have Jaden Daniels, or if he had Jaden Daniels and no Cliff Kingsbury, I don't think the Commanders turned this around as quickly as they did. Not at all. So that's why I think Mike McCarthy's not the worst job hire. But again, you also do have to look at this on a longer trajectory, which is frustrating because you're looking at this in a more like 5, 6, 7, 8 year window. I don't think you hire Mike McCarthy and now the Chicago Bears instantly become like a top contender and a real Super Bowl threat. I do not think that. But I also don't think that you now risk being what you were this year. Whereas if you go with a different coach, there's a real chance that you just get same old nonsense. Because you saw the list of the other coaches that they were looking at, whether it be a Ben Johnson, whether it be a Brady. Like there's a lot of names out there. But it's just funny because before anybody was talking about Mike McCarthy to the Chicago Bears, I brought up Mike McCarthy. And I just used him as an example as to why actually like a coach like Mike McCarthy would really benefit the Chicago Bears. Because without a shadow of a doubt that Mike McCarthy knows how to run a team. He knows how to run a franchise. He knows how to do all the things that people don't know that a coach has to do. He knows how to do it. He's consistently shown how to do it, how to organize, how to get his teams ready. Like he's consistently shown that. So say what you will about Mike, he has consistently shown his ability to do that and not implode despite less than ideal situations. Just look what's happening with Doug Peterson and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Mike McCarthy is clearly a good coach. Again, is he great elite? Probably not, but he's clearly worthy. And sometimes that's what a team just needs. And I made that take, and boy, did people rip me for that. This is just some of it. Mike McCarthy, are you kidding me? Have you seen the Cowboys' disaster of a season? That's a terrible take with the Mike McCarthy coach comment. Seriously? And it's like, well, this was, about a month ago, as you can see, 4 weeks ago. And this was before anyone was talking about Mike McCarthy. And now the Bears request to interview Mike McCarthy. And now literally first things first is having a segment during the playoffs about Mike McCarthy coaching Chicago. So was it that crazy of a comment? Was it that crazy of a take? I guess not. I mean, if a major national television show is talking about it, if the Chicago Bears are literally interviewing him, can't be that crazy. But this is going to be interesting to see what Jerry Jones does. Because Jerry, this is definitely very much like, I want to break up with my girlfriend, but, yeah, I want to break up with her. But then you kind of hear like, oh, like Mike kind of, likes your girl. You kind of want to ask her, what do you want? Mike likes her? Like you hear that and you instantly be like, she's actually kind of cool. She's pretty cool. Like you instantly like kind of like don't want to let her go now. Now that you know that she's got like some options, you're like, no. Hey, you want to hang out tonight? Want to go to the movies? Oh, you want to go see a ballet show? Yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun. I'd love to do that. Yeah, we'll go out for dinner and everything. Sure. So I'm just curious because Jerry Jones is like, I don't know. The Chicago Bears want to interview him? They can't interview him. He's our coach. He's my coach. Like I could totally see this, pretty quickly. Mike McCarthy signs with the Dallas Cowboys, 3-year extension or whatever it is. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Mike McCarthy being the coach of the Chicago Bears? Where do you think the better job is? And do you think the Bears should want Mike McCarthy? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.